Welcome into hour two. Let's continue with the wide receiver rankings here. According to Grok, the robot, Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State is number 3. Why he's here? Egbuka's polish as a route runner and reliability, 81 catches, 1,011 yards, 10 touchdowns in 2024, make him a safe bet to be a high-end NFL starter at 6'1", 205. He's not the biggest, but his football IQ and fluidity shine in the slot or as a number 2 receiver. His bounce back from an injury-plagued 2023 season solidifies his stock projection mid to late round 1. So far, we had Ted McMillan at 1. We did not have Travis Hunter as a wide receiver. Our number 2 wide receiver on our list is Emeka Egbuka. So it lines up perfectly with Grok. This damn robot, boys, they're catching up, let me tell you. Pretty cool. What do y'all think about Egbuka? Would y'all be okay with the Packers taking him? He's 28 on our board currently.
I don't know, man. First of all,
I hear hesitation in Jacob's voice. Let's hear it,
man. I feel like that he's
You just hate Ohio State. Just say it.
I literally was going to say I don't like Ohio State because of the fact that it's Ohio State. So anybody that's on their roster is quote unquote the best. Like they're the highest touted, blah, blah, blah. I just don't think I've seen enough from him to actually say that he's like deserving of a first round pick. And by the way, when you said Obuka's polish, I thought Obuka's Polish, and I'm like, no, he's not.
It's not Polish.
Obuka. What are you talking about? Anyway, he's a very physical receiver, like Jake is saying right here, and he can block. And so maybe that is one thing I'm not looking into as much as I should, because I exactly. Thank you, Emilio. I'm not star-studded enough to justify a pick with him that early, if that makes sense.
I got you.
10 tutters, 12.5 yards of reception, 1,011 yards, 81 catches on 100 targets. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to say he's not a first rounder.
Here's the guy.
Yeah, maybe he's not like, early first rounder, but I don't know. Looking at the numbers, looks like a first rounder to me. I don't know.
He said he might not be an early first rounder, but
he was the best guy around.
All right,
heard
moving
it from
on
a
to
fan right here.
Number 4, Luther Burden out of Missouri. Burden, 5'11", 208, is a dynamic 5-tool athlete with explosive after-the-catch ability. His 2024 stats, 77 catches, 1,150 yards, 9 touchdowns, highlight his versatility across the formation. While not a burner, his elusiveness and multi-sport background, this is awesome, make him a weapon, likely best in the slot or on gadget plays. Projection.
See, everything Jacob just said about Egbuka.
It's right there with Burden.
That's what I feel about Burden.
Yep. It says projection late round 1 to early round 2 or a top 30 or a top 40 pick. We have Luther Burden immediately behind Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka, we got at 28.6. We've got Luther Burden at 28.8. So they are sitting in the 28 and the 29 spot on our board. I kind of feel like everything we just said about Egbuka, we're going to say about Burden here. Do you guys got anything you want to add?
I mean, his numbers are lower. I mean, guy had 6 tutters, 676 yards.
It's a good point.
I mean, he's 5'11". He's a little guy, but he is out of Mizzou. Missouri's been a pipeline these last couple of years for talent in the draft. So I'd hate to overlook him, but I just feel like a lot of the things Jacob was saying about Egbuka is kind of my thoughts on Burden. I don't know.
There you go. Jacob?
Yeah. I feel the same. Luther Burden has not really popped up on my radar, and it's not because I don't think it's not because he's talented or whatever, but I just don't think he fits what we're trying to do at our current status. Same thing with Matthew Golden, to be honest. The guy is running at 4.29. I read or I listened to a podcast today where they were like, the guy doesn't look like he plays as if he's a 4.29. He plays and looks like he's a 4.5 guy. I don't understand the type of love, I guess, for both of those players. I definitely don't want those two in the first round. As soon as we pick them in the first round, we'll be like, oh, of course I always wanted them. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Matthew Golden to me seems very interesting. He's lower on our board. He's in the 38 spot, but he's very versatile, right? Like he can play outside. He can play in the slot. He's a little more versatile than the other guys. It is worth mentioning that he is the only wide receiver of these top 5 or top 4 that we've mentioned that the Packers have actually met with. So that's really, really interesting to me. Now, listen, that could be maybe Goody's board looks similar to ours, and he knows these other receivers will take them if they're available at 23. Let's see if Matthew Golden's kind of worthy of that, right? And we'll, like I said, we'll get a little more information if they do choose to visit him with the top 30 visit. But here's the write-up on Matthew Golden out of Texas. Golden's stock soared after a standout NFL combine, clocking a 4.29 40-yard dash at 5'11", 191 pounds. He pairs deep speed with strong hands and body control. 44 catches, 684 yards, 8 touchdowns in 2024. He's a vertical threat who excels in contested situations, though he needs to refine his consistency. Projection late round 1 to mid round 2 or a top 50 pick. This is spot on with our draft board. It's literally like I put our draft board information in and said, hey, put this in words. It's pretty wild how it's ranked out here. Honorable mentions. Jaden Higgins.
There's the guy.
Big-bodied, 6'4", 217 pounds with a massive, Tim. Say it again, Tim. Massive.
You heard it from a fan right here.
Ideal for outside roles. Projected late second round, early third round.
What?
Oh, you mean like, what do we got? Pick 50, 52, 57?
That ought to do it.
What are we picking?
Yeah. And we've got him listed at pick 53, or I'm sorry, in the 53 spot on our draft board. And the Packers did meet with Jaden Higgins.
He was the best guy around.
Kind of feels like they're eyeing up a receiver, another second-round receiver. Again, plenty of precedent there for the Packers in the past. They're looking at Matthew Golden, Jaden Higgins. Hey, if these guys are available at the second-round pick, that's what it feels like. Alec Onyemanor out of Stanford. Athletic, 6'2", 210-pound receiver with highlight reel plays, but needs polished mid to late second-round potential. Trey Harris, Ole Miss, one of my guys right here. Contested catch specialist, 6'2", 205 pounds with alpha traits.
Let's go.
Separation concerns linger round 2 to 3 range. Jalen Noel, Iowa State, explosive slot option, 5'10", 194 pounds, 4.39 40 with a 41.5-inch vertical. Crazy. Early to mid third round. And then next is Tez Johnson, undersized, 5'10", 156 pounds. Somebody give that dude a cheeseburger. But electric slot weapon with speed and elusiveness, round 3 to 4 range. This class lacks the top-end star power of 2024, e.g., Marvin Harrison Jr., but its depth with high-end number 2 receivers and versatile playmakers rankings could shift with pro days and team preferences, especially for Hunter's positional outcome. Hey, tip your damn cap to Grog, boys. That's a pretty good write-up right there.
That is pretty good.
Yeah. Can you scroll back up on those honorable mentions there?
Yeah, let's see. Who was at the top of the list? Hey, help me out here, Tim. You ever heard of this guy
Higgins
right
up there? Yeah. And you know what's funny is other than maybe Tez Johnson, I'd probably take a Jalen Royals or a Pat Bryant or somebody, or a Jack Besh or somebody, and put them in that category. But Jalen Noel, man, if you want me to come off of the the 6-foot requirement that I have for my receivers this year, Jalen Noel is probably the dude that I like the most. Sub 6-foot guy. Thought he played pretty well. But yeah, man, these honorable mentions, Alec Manor, is that how you say it? Ao Manor, Ao, hope you're a Packer Manor. Trey Harris, Higgins, Noel. Like I said, I know Jacob, you like Jalen Royals and Pat Bryant as well. I think they were on your short list. So
yes,
there's a lot of receiver talent, but I think Grok did pretty good here. Not bad for a stupid robot, right?
Right.
Pretty good job.
I did not expect this at all. And, sometimes with AI, you got to tweak, type it in again, change this word. I'm telling you, I asked the question and everything just first time. This is pretty impressive. Yep. Drew D in the chat said Tim's going to be watching some Iowa State football next year, baby.
I'm telling you, I watched enough tape this year. I might have to start paying attention during the season for sure. Iowa State and Missouri for sure.
Shout out to my buddy who watches the pod, who was our best dude. He was the best quarterback for our varsity team. His father,
I was waiting on it, Tim.
his father, Joel Jensen, played, I believe, D-end for Iowa State Cyclones.
Did you say George Jetson?
Joel Jensen.
Oh, Joel Jetson.
Yeah, he was a beast, bro. So, anyways, shout out to the
dog.
Here's the guy.
Iowa State.
I want to mention that not listed in this list of honorable mentions too is Jalen Royals, wide receiver at Utah State. The Packers met with him. He's 74 on our board as well. So keep an eye on him.
What's he about? 6'1", 6'2", something like that?
I don't know. How big is he, Tim? Do you have any idea, Jalen Royals?
He's on my short list at 6 feet. I can look him up here. I think he's right on the nose, 6 feet. Let's see.
Tim, a damn pro.
Royals.
Cheat sheet, man.
6 feet, 205, according to
okay.
EFF. And he's in, the Loverboy Goody DiCaprio range of 22 years old. So it'll work.
Daryl, 6 foot. There you go. Appreciate it, Daryl. There you go. All right. So there's your wide receiver talk, boys. We're at the 55-minute mark. We're going to go rapid fire real quick on these prospect visits. There won't be a morning show tomorrow. I got to get back on the grind tomorrow. Wyoming linebacker Connor Shea met with the Packers, Broncos, and some CFL teams at his pro day. So we've added him to our board. Many of these guys that I'm about to list off for you all, they're very, very low on our board. Like we're lacking information, but the Packers are meeting with some of these guys at some of the smaller schools. Another player, and again, shout out to Easton Butler.
Here's the guy.
At Easton _ Butler. He said Monmouth running back Sean Toe. Is that how you would say that?
Man, I don't know even how you got Sean out of that.
I don't know. It's Sone Toa is what I'd say.
Sone Toa met with several teams at his pro day, those being the Giants, Packers, Seahawks, Jets, and Ravens. So got a couple of these late round running backs that the Packers are keeping an eye on.
Who?
Doesn't matter who it is, Drew. Look at this bicep right here, bro. Look at this.
All right, sign him up. Let's go.
Sign him up. give him $15,000 signing bonus, right, Jake?
Let's go. Yeah, exactly.
Jake, stop looking back here. I know what you're eyeing back here. I know how you operate. Knock it off, sir. So
Jacob's trying to figure out how to get triceps like that. That's what he's working on. Right
there you go. All right, another player that the Packers met with, according to Easton Butler, said offensive lineman Asa Pohl. Does that sound right?
Sure.
Has top 30 visits lined up with the following: Packers, Seahawks, Chiefs. So that's going to be a top 30 visit. It says this is the top 30 visit / pre-draft visit reported for Green Bay. So an offensive lineman.
Wow.
It doesn't even show what school he played for. Can we?
I don't know. He looks like he's lining up against Buckets Goldenberg there.
Yeah, I was just focused on the player. He looks like he plays for Washington State. Now that you pointed out, Tim, that dude's ass is right in the camera. Am I right?
Buckets Goldenberg.
That's why they call him Buckets. All right, let's move it along, you bunch of freaks. So next on the list here of Packers interested prospects, Jackson State defensive back Robert McDaniel met with 16 teams at the HBCU Bowl. With the Ravens, Packers, Saints, Commanders, and Cardinals sticking out per at Justin M _NFL. Nice. So there's another DB. You're seeing Goody's scouting staff. They're going through and hitting some of these small schools, right? Yep. And they're just, these are probably going to be potential undrafted free agents, I would imagine, that the Packers might look to swoop up because they might have.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like the HBCUs, man, there's a lot of talent coming out of there, and they are smaller schools, and they tend to, like you said, they end up going undrafted. So I think it would be cool if you see a couple of those guys actually get drafted in the later rounds. And cool. Credit to our front office and Goody and the boys, like spreading that scouting department out wide and far,
Yeah. Jacob, you want to share with the class what was so funny, sir?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. Next one. This one might catch you off guard, Tim. We got a punter. Jack Colbreth met with some CFL teams at his pro day, along with 5 NFL teams: Packers, Jaguars, Cardinals, Broncos, Saints. Hey, you never know, man. Goody might grab one of these guys, throw them on the practice squad, and in a couple of years, there's your punter of the future, right?
Yeah.
That could be
we got a kicker sitting on the practice squad, right? Might as well have a punter too. You know,
I would just rather Daniel Whelan be our punter for the next 35 years. You know what I mean? I want him out there on a walker punt.
Yep.
And that's how good he is. So that's how I feel about it.
Agree.
All right, there you go. We were going to get to Jacob Westendorf's mock draft, but we ran out of time because we've got a mock draft to do ourselves here, gents. Are y'all ready to fire this thing up?
ready to go.
All right, and shout out to King Tron. This was his request, and Boz drove it home.
Guy around.
He was and still is. And Boz, we appreciate you supporting the stream as well, buddy, and making this happen. So we got a 7-round mock set up per Tron's request. With all the super chats tonight, he asked us to go cornerback first. So that's what we're going to do. Y'all ready to roll?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Let's do it. And with the 23rd pick, here are the top options for the Green Bay Packers. We're going to just close out all those trades. We got edge defender Shamar Stewart, offensive tackle Kelvin Banks out of Texas. We got Michael Williams, edge out of Georgia. Mike Green, edge out of Marshall. Cornerback Jahdae Barron out of
There's
Texas.
your pick.
Malachi Starks at safety. Matthew Golden sitting there. Safety Nick Emenware had a 10 RAS, if I understood correctly. Wide receiver Luther Burden's available. Running back O'Marion Hampton. Gray Zabel sitting there in the 33 spot. Josh Connerly Jr., offensive tackle out of Oregon. But we made a promise to Tron we were going to go corner. So here are the top corners available. Let me move my board
today. Gotta go.
Like, we don't even have to think about this, right?
Yeah. I mean, so Will Johnson's our top corner, right? Jahdae Barron is our second best corner in the 17th spot. He's versatile. He can play in the slot. He can play outside. The Packers have already met with him once and out of Texas. He also scored a 9+ RAS. This checks all the freaking boxes, boys. So
run that COD.
All right. Nobody's opposed. Jahdae Barron is the pick, and we got an A+. Congratulations, gents. You aced the test. So there you go, King Tron. There is your corner that you requested there with the first pick. All right, so now let me just write this down as a note. All right, next pick. Look at Maxwell Harrison sitting there now. Of course he is, right at 54. Great value. Here are the top available. Right now, overall, Maxwell Harrison, cornerback out of Kentucky. Benjamin Morrison, cornerback out of Notre Dame. You know what? I could be wrong here, Lord. I think that we met with both of those players, too. Let me double check here. Let me sort by corner. I'm almost positive we met with both of those corners. That's wild to think about. We met with Benjamin Morrison. I thought we met with Kentucky's Maxwell Harrison. We did not meet with Maxwell Harrison to the best of my knowledge, but we did meet with Benjamin Morrison. So just keep that in mind. Not that we would take them now since we already went corner. I'm just thinking.
Does that make you kind of regret that we went corner? I mean, obviously we had to, but like Maxwell Harrison and Benjamin Morrison is there right away.
It's a great exercise, right? Because like the grade that we've got on Maxwell Harrison, we're lower on him than most people are because of the PFF grade. We have him at 75.1. That doesn't mean he's in the 75 spot, but that's how low his grade is. But Benjamin Morrison, we have with a 63.9. So to me, both would kind of seem like a reach. I could be wrong. Let me just double check here. 63.9 is his grade. We were to slide down to the 63.9 spot. Benjamin Morrison's in the 70 spot for us. So this would be a reach right here for both of those players, according to our board. Again, some people are seeing Maxwell Harrison as possibly a first-round pick. But what positions do we want to see here, boys? I see Tyleik Williams.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, are we going to do the smart thing and just draft Tyleik Williams right here?
I'd go Marcus Bowe, man. That's what I'd do.
Where's Bowe on our board? Because that's a good call, too.
Yeah, so Marcus Bowe, is he interior offensive lineman?
They don't have him. That's weird.
Yeah, there he is.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm lower on Bowe than most people are. Okay, let me do a quick search here. I don't want to tell you wrong. We've got Bowe in the 63 spot, so it's a little bit of a reach, but within striking distance here. But there's probably other offensive linemen that we feel better about. Like if we were to go Wyatt Malum on our board. Yeah, Wyatt Malum is way higher on our board. Well, no, he ain't. He's in the – yeah, he is. Yeah, he's in the 56 spot. So that's kind of the sweet spot right now. But if we go back to all, look at this. Let's see. Tyleik Williams. Where do we have Tyleik at? Tyleik Williams we have in the 39 spot. Okay? That's hands down our best prospect so far. There's Xavier Watts. Alfred Collins. Are we higher on Alfred Collins? I think we – No, Alfred Collins is below Tyleek Williams. So Tyleek Williams is the best prospect available according to our board right here. But listen,
anybody in the chat, I believe that he ran like a crazy 42 for how big he is. I think it was like a 4.7 or like a 4.8. If anybody in the chat can confirm that, that'd be great.
We don't have a completed RAS, or at least I don't have one in the system yet. So I'm not sure exactly how much he did. But yeah, what do you think, Tim? Do you think we need to go Tyleek Williams here? Or do you think there's another position we want to see, man? Because wide receiver is always talking point too, right? Like,
yeah, I mean wideout, but I feel like there'll still be value at wideout. At the 87 pick.
I agree.
He ran a 4.68, bro.
Yeah, Tyleek Williams is the pick here.
What?
It's suggested here too, so that's pretty wild. We're going to go defensive tackle Tyleek Williams out of Ohio State with the 54th pick. Look at 2 A pluses, boys. You kidding me?
There's some guys.
All right, so there you go. All right, now the next pick. Dogs are going to go crazy. I think Mandy just got home. 87th pick. Look who's top on the board, boys. We got Deion Walker. Actually, those are defensive.
Yeah, you got to go back. Yep.
Yeah. Caleb Johnson, running back.
Oh, snap. There's our guy,
Noel.
Jacob. Harold Fannin Jr.
No. I'm looking at Jalen Noel.
Oh, come on.
Everything went all to hell just now. You guys got so excited over two different players.
I thought you were excited about Harold Fannin Jr., man, the best tight end in the draft. Come on. All right.
I mean, it's a difference between one pick. I mean, I'd love Noel, though. I really would.
What else is available for a wide receiver right now besides Noel?
Coach says Jalen's a beast, or Caleb Johnson's a beast.
Iowa. Really? We're going to take a running back? Third round?
I don't think we will. No.
Have you seen our running back room recently?
Yeah, I don't think I would go. I would even look at running back right now. Like, I think Caleb Johnson's
round at least, right?
Right. So think about what we need. We got our corner, right? And this is assuming, let's say Jai isn't on the roster, right? We got our D tackle. What's another need? We're looking at wide receiver, right? That's the only other starter need that we have. The rest is all backup needs, in my opinion. So,
unless you want to try edge, look at edge.
Jordan Birch would be a good one. I mean,
we could look at edge. I personally don't like it outside of the first round unless like a superstar falls to us. Braden Swenson's been popular out of LSU. There's Jordan Birch, Kyle Kennard. For me, I think it's receiver, boys.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at wide receivers.
Yeah. So we got Jalen Noel, Restrepo, Savion Williams. This is ugly, isn't it?
Matt Bryant, Ricky White, Jimmy Horn.
Are we planning on taking two receivers?
I think just one is all we got a spot for, right? Because if we take two, then that means both Bo Melton and Malik Heath are gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Then I say we go Restrepo or Noel here.
Let's go Noel.
I'm trying to see where we got Jalen Noel at. Trey Harris is already gone. Give me just a second. I just want to double check here.
Aiden Higgins is already gone.
right. We got Jalen Noel in the 109 spot, and we're picking him 87th. That's just
Where's Restrepo on our board?
Restrepo. Let's see here. Restrepo. We got Restrepo on the 61 spot.
Well, there's a guy that you could take at 87 and feel pretty good about it.
Let me double check Savion. Remember 61, boys.
Savion has that drop rate that I don't like.
Yeah, we got him 95th. Restrepo would be the receiver here, but he's small, right? Am I thinking
he's like
right?
5'10" top.
So he would, if you're going to,
I mean, he's like an inch shorter than Jalen Noel. I mean, God,
shut up, Tim.
It is funny. Like seriously, I'm not making fun of you, Jacob. I know Tim isn't either. Like isn't it wild how we macro everything down like that? You know what I mean? Like, well, this guy's faster by 0.2 of a second or whatever it is. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. So. Should we read it for the pod or no? No, we should not. No, this is a family problem. Jacob said, yeah. Me and Tim said, no, we're not doing it. That's all you need to know. So if you draft Restrepo here, then you're probably planning on playing our boy Jaden Reed out at Z, right? Him at Z, Romeo Dobbs at X, Restrepo and Wicks kind of battling for the slot spot, right? That's probably what you're looking at. I personally don't like the Restrepo pick here, but he's definitely the best receiver. So we may not be going receiver.
Let's go Harold Fannin Jr. How about that?
Hey,
you want to talk about Harold Fannin Jr.
All right, Tim. All right.
You could flex Harold Fannin Jr. out. Now, Fannin Jr. is in the 59 spot. He's only 2 spots ahead of Restrepo on our board. So that's interesting, right? What's another need we've got, boys? Isn't it wild? We don't even hardly think about offensive line now after the Aaron Banks signing. Isn't it kind of just a sigh of like, okay, we got a little breathing room. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I almost feel like if we're going to look O-line, we should be looking at tackles.
Right.
Not interior.
So there's Emory Jones, Trapillo. We got Jalen Rivers, Chase Lunt. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's stick with the all board here and say what's the best player available out of this cluster of players here.
Let's go Fannin, bro. Let's go.
So you want to go tight end with the 3rd round pick? Is that right?
I do. I think I do.
So the board says we should go Restrepo. Jacob's saying Fannin. Tim, how do you feel about this, man? And keep in mind, it's just 2 spots. They're in the same tier. You know what I mean?
Want to know how I really feel? Do you really want to know how I really feel?
Yeah, how do you feel?
Deion Walker.
That's not bad. It's not a bad pick.
Let's see where Deion's low on our board, so we got to, it is what it is.
Look at, hey, all of a sudden, freaking Tim, did you just pay the guys in the chat?
No.
That's exactly what.
No, I don't have enough money to do that. Come on now.
Badger Trio with the super chat here. He says wide receiver high pick with Dobbs, Watson, both 1 year. Appreciate the super chat there, Trio. You the man. What are we thinking here, boys?
I mean, if we don't go receiver, my vote is Deion Walker.
Deion Walker. So we're going to double dip at D tackle. We did lose Slayton, right? Let's do this real quick. Let's take a quick gander here real quick at the defensive depth chart. Defensive tackle, Kenny, Devontae White, Kobe Wooden, Carl Brooks. So there's 4. Let's say you keep 5. There's room. There's room there. And if you move on from Kenny next year, Deion Walker and Tyler. Well, we already got Tyleek Williams too, right? So we'd have to carry 6 if we took Deion Walker, which I don't think that's unreasonable. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. I think it's between Fannin, Restrepo, and Deion Walker. That's who it comes down to. So let's just go around the horn with it. Jacob, what would your pick be? Restrepo, Fannin, or Walker? Be honest. Don't try to fit in. All right.
I'd probably go Walker. Yeah, I'd want to solidify that D line.
All right. The majority of the chat saying Walker. Tim, you're all on board with Walker, right?
Yes.
All right, we're going to double dip at 3 tech. There you go. And we're rolling with the receiver.
Let's go B+.
Not bad, right? So we got 2 A pluses and a B plus. If you guys can't see that,
looking like my high school transcript. There we go.
Really?
Here we are now.
Yeah, the rest were Fs.
I was going to say.
You know what mine were? C's across the board. I didn't do anything, bro. I'm just coasting through. Listen, I know y'all are tired of me. I'll be out of here in no time. Let's do the right thing. Keep the D's off the report card, and I'll be out of your hair in a couple of years.
Mine was just a question mark. It was like, we don't know. He's not here.
There you go. All right, so best available safety, Kevin Winston Jr. out of Penn State. Tackle, Ozzie Trapillo. Cornerback, Denzel Burke. Running back, Bashul Tootin. Quarterback, Will Howard. Cornerback, Dorian Strong. Tight end, Terrence Ferguson. Wide receiver, Torrey Horton. What are we thinking here, boys? What are we looking at? There's Chris Paul Jr.
Can you scroll up a little bit more?
Mrs. Green, Tim's only A in school was for lunch.
Hey, and recess, okay? Lunch and recess, I got straight A's.
Listen, Tim,
Michael Scott's favorite class was recess.
There you go. What'd you want to see, Jacob?
I think that I'm on board with Ozzie Trapillo right here.
Really? Okay, let me take a look. Tim, what about you, man? I'm going to take a look at Trapillo on the board here.
Don't shoot me, but can we look at receiver?
No, absolutely, man. You kidding me?
Yo, if we're going receiver, we got to go Torrey Horton.
I was going to say Horton or Pat Bryant, but Pat Bryant's probably a reach.
Trapillo is 89 on our board.
Ooh.
Where's Torrey Horton on our board?
Torrey Horton is 117.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I think Torrey Horton. That's my vote.
Torrey Horton, George. And
I do like Torrey Horton as well. 6'3", big body, played predominantly on the outside. Smaller school, but guy can ball. Can really ball.
I was going to say my pick would be Trapillo, hands down, but I'm outvoted here, boys. So we're going to go.
Go to the chat. What's the chat say?
Let's see if the chat can back me up. Torrey Horton would be nice here. Drew D, I like Horton. Clint, I like Horton. It's done, boys. It's Horton. We're going to go wide receiver Torrey Horton out of Colorado State with the 124th pick. A-plus. Aced it, boys.
Yeesh.
Job. As if that means anything, right? All right, here we go. Get your trade out of here, bro. Picks are way too valuable.
Ooh, Ashton Guilty, whatever the hell his name is.
Galot?
I don't know how to say. I've been saying Galot, but you guys know me, man.
I like it, Galot.
Speak English on a third grade level here. Galot is, oh my God, 62nd on our big board.
Put it on the board.
Let's just run that card up there. Another A-plus for you.
Damn, look at that.
Yeah, we're crushing this draft, no doubt. All right, so we've got an edge, we got a receiver, we got 2-3 techs.
Jack Kaiser.
What's crazy is we talked about double dipping at 3 tech this morning, and here we are. We did it, and we didn't even talk about it tonight. Remember we said we were going to do that. It worked perfect.
Yeah.
So really like it. You like Jack Kaiser here, Jacob? Is that what you're saying?
I love Jack Kaiser, that Irish son of a bee.
Hey, let me tell you guys something. I finally got around. I refused to watch this stuff in season, but I finally got around to watching Here Come the Irish on Peacock. If you guys have not seen that, they do like a good little portion of on Jack Kaiser working on the farm and everything. I was sitting back going, I try not to pound the table for my Irish to go to the Packers, but I would love to see Jack Kaiser in Green Bay. That would be awesome,
dude.
Jack Kaiser on our board, 103.
Run the cod.
Run the cod. Here we go. Bang. A-plus.
Holy crap, even AFM likes it.
Wow.
AFAM doesn't like it.
AFAM know we're drafting for the Packers, not the Chiefs, right?
Damn it, Tim. We were all getting along just fine. We had to go there. All right, so we have taken cornerback, D-tackle, wide receiver, edge, linebacker. So
O-line.
We got to get O-line. We got to, right? So let's just look at the tackles real quick. John Williams out of Cincinnati. You got Gerard Christian Lycahan, Miles Hinton, Marquise Cox. We don't need another Cox. Too many Cox on this team, boys. Jared Penny, Dalton Cooper. What are you shaking your head about, Tim?
You can't make it that easy for us, Clayton.
Can you look at interior? Yeah, here we go.
Connor Colby.
Jonah. Oh, that's way too early, though.
Let me see where Colby's at. Connor. We got him in a 218 spot. He's booty cheeks.
I'd love to come back and get Jonah somewhere if we could.
Ellinger's low. Let's see where Jonah Monheim is. Jonah Monheim, 126.
Take him now.
Wow, let's
do
go.
it now.
Are you kidding me?
Let me check Tyler Cooper real quick.
No.
He said no. All right. There you go. We're going to go Jonah Monheim. He's played a little center, right, Jacob?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So got a little
both guards, right?
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Jonah.
Now
Monheim.
we go tight end. We got any tight ends on the board?
Ooh, look at Marcus Weir, though.
Rondé Gatson. Let's go. Book it. Mike Tirico approved. Syracuse. Let's go.
With the 250th pick in the 2025 draft, live in Green Bay, Wisconsin, we are taking tight end out of Syracuse. So Rondé Gatson the second, number 100 on the PTA big board. A-plus.
Let's go, dude.
Boys, I really like that.
This is the best draft we've done so far.
I think it really is.
It's not just the cold medicine talking, I promise.
Let's go. My picks. And let's hit save. I think that's how we did it last time. That showed all the picks. There we go. Wow. Let's see. Let me grab that screen grab. That's
dude,
actually.
I love that draft. Oh my gosh, I love.
Yeah,
that draft.
I think I'm gonna screenshot that before we lose it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tweet this one out and turn off the notifications. But I think seriously,
I got your back in the notifications, Clay.
Hey, I appreciate. Hey, I know you do, Tim. Lord have mercy today. I couldn't even see what was being said until I found out you were out there cooking people like a midsummer barbecue. But so let's see here. All right, we got it saved. Let me throw it up on screen. Bang, there it is. So Yeah, that draft, it really is good, Clint. I agree, man. So with the 23rd pick, we went cornerback Jahdae Barron. 54, we went Tyleek Williams, defensive tackle out of Ohio State. 87, we came back to defensive tackle Deion Walker out of Kentucky. 124, we went wide receiver Torrey Horton out of Colorado State. 159, Ashton Gallott, edge out of Louisville. 198, Jack Kaiser, the farm boy out of Notre Dame. 237, Jonah Monheim, interior offensive lineman from USC. With the 250th pick, we went Arondé Gadsden II, tied in out of Syracuse. That's a solid draft. Really, really like that draft. So there you go. Just to celebrate with, right, Tim? So
Rudy approved.
Hey, that was fun. I'm glad Tron did that earlier, man. We didn't have plans to do a mock draft. That was a lot of fun. It's like the later you get in the draft season too, you do the mock draft with a little bit different perspective. And you come, I don't know, man, I've learned more out of the mock drafts than I have studying the board because you're having to constantly see where these guys are available and who makes sense where. And now we're using not just a PFF mock draft simulator. We're using a consensus big board. Maybe we'll go back. I want to go back to the draft buzz, but it's just so unrealistic.
It's bad. It's really bad.
So we'll stick with these two, and every week we'll kind of reshuffle the mocks and keep it fresh for sure. So
which is really weird because Draft Buzz has great information on the individual players and stuff that even PFF doesn't have. But when you go to their mock simulation, it's just booty cheeks. It's straight booty cheeks.
It really is, man. Definitely. All right. Anything else, gents? I think we're pretty good here, man. This was fun. If y'all would hit that like button, we got a bunch of people in here. We greatly appreciate it. Feel free to sub to the channel, share with your friends. If you don't have friends, you got friends right here. Okay, just don't share it with us because we're tired of each other anyway. So, anything else, gents?
No, that was great. Just make sure you tag me in that mock draft. I don't want to lose that one.
I got you, man. Yeah, we got it saved in here too. It's going to be right underneath the Ticket King ad there. So. Yeah, I agree, Clint. We filled some needs with that draft for sure, man. That was fun. All right. Quick shout out to all the super chats. King Tron just lighting it up tonight. Multiple super chats to make this mock draft possible. Boz, send it over the top. Thank you so much, Boz. You're always too kind. King Tron with a Tendo at the door there with another deuce. And then the aggressor UFO just with a little $1.99 dono. Appreciate it, man. Badger Trio, thank you for the super chat, buddy. You guys are awesome. So, Fred McFarley, thanks, Clayton. Thanks, Clayin, Tim, and Prison Mike, and Prison Mike's cat. There you go. So.
He was the best cat around.
What litter box? United Bates, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central for PTA Live. Any news breaks, we'll cover that. And we'll have more draft talk. If there's any other top 30 visits that maybe get scheduled, we're coming down to the wire. It just hit me today.
It's getting there.
We're closing in on 1 month from the draft, which is just wild to think about.
Oh, shoot. I don't know why. Thanks, Clint. But
thanks, Clint.
Clint just put a space in there with a super chat. So I ain't said, here's $5, Clayton. Go buy another one of those shirts. That's what he said. So
yeah.
All right. You guys are too kind. Thank y'all so much. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
And we go.
We out.
Bye, guys.